to another episode of In the Shop with CustomLowz. It is episode 19. We got a ton of interesting stuff today. I'm just going to bring you right into it, so let's get started. Alright guys, so we're working on the Impala doors now. I constantly go back and forth to reference what's going to work, because you obviously have the seat, you want to be comfortable. So we're putting these on. I'm trying to see how far I can go out in every spot I got, where the armrest will be comfortable, because I want to leave some sort of ledge to put your arm. So I just got it out here right now, figuring some things out. I feel like a total fucking noob, like big time. I made a huge oversight, and I'll admit it's not even the first time I've done this. It's not the first time on this vehicle, so I guess that's good, but it's definitely not the first time I've done this, so I guess I'll show you what I did. Alright, so here are the door panels. Now I just pulled the Impala out front to try to see how these fit just as is, kind of flattened. On the passenger side, which I guess that's what I did, and I followed the passenger side a little more, but the panels that I made are not going to work, which sucks, but I guess at least I noticed now. So you'll see I have this line here, that's where the seat is. We literally lose, I mean, you barely are able to fit that in there on the driver's side, on this side here. Now, it's good that it fits, but an issue is I have a bunch of speakers on the bottom. So imagine it has to be mounted that flush. The speakers are shallow, but they're not that shallow. So you can see even the 6 is really cutting it close. And I mean, that's the top of it. You obviously have the flush mount, so once you get to that point, it wouldn't even fit. So I'd have to raise this up in order to get this to fit. But I do not have the clearance because there's some knobs in the seat. So I'm basically gonna have to scratch this. I'm gonna have to make something else new, and I have to make sure I avoid putting anything within this space here, because that's where the seat follows. Same thing on this seat here, or sorry, door on here. I gotta make sure I don't put anything within that space there. I feel like a dummy for doing it, but I guess that's what happens. I'm glad I figured it out now. I'd rather have these things have optimal clearance. I really do not want to cut up the vehicle. That's the reason I kind of stayed away from doing the rear deck ported 4th order, because I don't want to cut this thing up. So door panels, you can buy new door panels, but you don't want to start cutting up the metal of the doors, and I definitely would have to, being that I have my 2 largest speakers. You know, this first one here, this will probably fit in the factory one, but this one here, you'd have to cut metal, and probably this one too. So I don't want to be cutting that much metal on these doors, plus the fact that there's tons of tracks and different brackets behind there. So we're going to start going a different route. I guess I'll bring you guys back when I figure out where we're going. Alright, so here's where we're starting, or restarting rather. I basically just have a square piece cut that I'm going to have, you know, the width I need and the length I need, and I'm going to start mapping out on here what kind of shape I want to go with. Alright guys, so this is what I've come up with. Sadly, we're going to have to drop a tweeter, but we got to make this fit the right way. So I don't know how much of the pencil line you can see. Obviously, this is part of the cutout where the seat is. We're going to follow that line, bring it around all the way, and we're going to actually go to this inside line here. And there's a little dip out for where the lock is, our handle rather. Alright, so I got the shape of my first attempt cut. I noticed on the driver's side I will have a bit of an issue with the emergency brake. The pedal sticks out towards it, and it's going to limit my height I can go. Now, that was an issue already with the seat, so I'm going to change this front here so we can just avoid that altogether. I'd rather not deal with that just because it's already close to the door panel. Once you start adding, you're gonna get real close, and I don't want him, when he has to put engage the e-brake, I don't want him to have to kick the door panel every time, or scrape the door panel rather. So we're gonna modify this front real quick and see where we go. All right, so we got this thing cut down. As you can see, I have much more space here. We'll see if this works. I'm gonna go test fit on the car, and then we'll be back and we'll see. Might have to make some more cuts, but hopefully not. We have success. It fits, tons of clearance for the e-brake. Well, when I say tons, the e-brake is literally still like right here. So I had to back up, so when you stretch the fleece, it'll actually create a natural slope down. There is room, but not nearly as much as I need to be able to raise this side. So if I had it too close, when I go to stretch my my fabric over, it would hit the e-brake even with the slant. So you got to move it back, and that'll actually increase your angle and bring your slant lower. So I'm happy with this. I'm gonna start figuring out the rest of the pieces. This is just the template piece. Now that we got this figured out, I test fitted it. I got a little more test fitting I want to do on the passenger side. Then we're gonna start making these pieces. Now we're about to cut all our pieces. I know it fits now, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna start by cutting, let's see, 4 of these at least. 4 because you have to have obviously 1 for each door, and then when you do your insert, you need an outside ring, so that'll be the same outside shape. And then also you're gonna need an inside ring too, but that'll be a slightly different, smaller piece, so I'm gonna cut those after. But let's get these stenciled on there, and then we'll get them all cut out with the jigsaw. All right, so now we got these 4 pieces rough cut out. I got to stack this piece on here, attach it, and then we'll take it over to the router table with the flush trim bit and clean them up and get them perfect. All right, here I got almost all the pieces routed out. As you can see, they're the same shape as the template. Now I'll just have to get that one last piece, but we're gonna end it here for the night. I will see you guys all tomorrow for another episode of In the Shop with CustomLowz. It is episode 19. Thank you guys so much for watching. For all of you who have been watching since day one, thank you so much. If you're just now watching this first episode, make sure you subscribe to my channel. All you guys, make sure you like my video. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think of all the work today. And as always, make sure you check out my website for all your audio needs. I got the links in the description below. And I will see you guys on another episode tomorrow.